Hi, I'm Dia and you guys are watching Dianosaur. So in today's video, I am gonna do the mid-year book freakout tag. And so let's get right onto it. Okay, I need my glasses for this because I'm half blind without my glasses. And I've written down all the questions and the answers in my handy dandy notebook here. You know, my handy dandy notebook. Did you guys watch Blue's Clues when you were, kids? Because I used to watch it when I was in, I don't know, till fifth grade or something. And oh my god, it was my, it was amazing. It was the best time of my life. So, the first question is best book you have read so far in 2025, and call it recency bias, call it hype, call it whatever, but I would say The Devils by Joe Abercrombie is the best book I've read till now, like this year, 2025. I put up a wait. Why should I put up a picture? I have the book with me. For a change, I have the book with me. So here is the book. So this is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. It's about this band of ragtag group of people. I'm saying people because I mean not all of them are people, because some of them are creatures of the night and all that. So a ragtag bunch of group of people. So they are brought together by the church, and the church is like, go do this thing for the church, and they go on this journey. They form different sorts of relationships amongst the group and all that, because at first they hate each other a lot, and then as time goes by they start forming relationships with each other, trusting each other, and understanding where the other person is coming from and all that. And then there's this explosive ending, and yeah, that's basically the book. So it's not just the ending that is explosive, like there are very like many different points during the book where there are explosive moments. And yeah, I'm doing a very bad job describing the book. Just go and read the synopsis and then read the book if you like. So yeah, that is The Devils. That is my best book of the year so far. So next we have best sequel you have read so far in 2025, and that would be Deadbeat by Jim Butcher. So I started reading Dresden Files last year, and this year I have read till book 9, I think. But amongst all of them, the one that stands out the most is Deadbeat, and that is book number 7, I think it's book number 7, 6 or 7. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. And that's because it has necromancy. Necromancy is one of my most favorite types of magic in fantasy. Oh my god, you can hear the hawker outside. I mean, we don't get hawkers during this time of the day usually, and the only time I sit down to make a video, you get hawkers outside. Today my sister is not at home, so you are getting the hawker outside, to mess up my video. Anyway, the universe does not want me to make videos for you guys. So yeah, what was I talking about? Deadbeat by Jim Butcher. So I read the first book of Stormfront. I read that one years, as in 2016. I think I read the first book, and then I did not like the first book, so I did not continue with that. But then in 2021, I joined the Sarah reads her Discord server, and there people were like Dresden Files is so good and all that. So I said that I don't know, I did not like the first book, and they're like, the first book is the worst one of the lot, and you have to read, like two, three books in order to get to the real good part. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a try because I had nothing better to do, I guess, with my time. So I gave it a shot, and then eventually I fell in love with the characters, with the world, and right now I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. And although the last one that I read, I finished it yesterday, White Knight, book 9, I think, book 9. So I finished it last night, and I was like, this was a bit like not the best, not what I was expecting, but still it's a good book. I give it 4 stars. But the best one till now, in my opinion, has been Deadbeat. And that's not just because of the necromancers or the one thing that happens in the final act that I can't tell you about. That is the weirdest shit happens, and it's the best thing ever that I've read in the books that has happened yet. And yeah, so, and also the character work and everything in that book was so well done. Some things were introduced, like some concepts were introduced and all that, and I really liked that book. It worked for me. Like, it was a perfect book. Okay, perfect sequel. So anyway, that's that. I've been rambling for a while now. So next is new release you haven't read yet but want to. So this is the book called Raven Scholar by, okay, I will put up a picture over here because I don't remember the name of the author. And so all I know about it is that some of my friends have really liked it. Like, they loved the book. According to them, it's the best book of the year for them. And yeah, I want to give it a shot. And also, it's a fantasy mystery, murder mystery. So I'm all about that. Like, fantasy murder mysteries are like my thing. And yeah, I would like to give it a shot. So next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Okay, this one was a tough one because I don't really keep up with, like, and releases, like new release and all that. Like, I get to know about new release when other people make videos about them. So I am not the person to go out and, like, see what books are being released and all that. But that said, I have um so House of Idle or House of Idle or whatever by Delilah S. Dawson is coming out, and I've read, okay, that book will come, like, I'll talk about that book later on in this video, but I read Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson earlier this year, and it was good, like really, really good. So I am looking forward to reading more from them. So that's the fourth question. Okay. Next is biggest disappointment of the year. Oh my god, this was so disappointing. Like, I did not hate the book, but I did not love the book. Like, I was expecting to like absolutely love the book, but that unfortunately did not happen, and that is The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. I have been meaning to read the book since God knows when, like since it came out, since I read Night of the Mannequins and all that, and I got to read it this year, and it was such a disappointment. Part 1 was good. Part 1 was okay, like there was some build up, there was some, tension and all that. But then part 2 and 3 happened, and I was like, what is this? Like, what am I reading? So anyway, that is, I don't want to talk about that book anymore. I don't want to even think about that book anymore. So yeah. So biggest surprise would be, first I wrote down Kushil's Dad because that was not on my TBR. A real life friend suggested that book, and I read that, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. But then I read To Kill a Mockingbird, the oldest book. Like I had added that book to my Goodreads when I had first joined Goodreads. Like that was the first book that I had added to my Goodreads, and I finally read that this year. And it was so good, like it was beyond my expectations good. I had expected that it would be, something very dry and boring, like how classics are usually. Though my thought is changing on classics, because I'm reading more and more classics these days, and I'm like, okay, like classics are not actually dry and boring. They're actually, they can be good. The writing is a bit different, but if you like get into that kind of writing, like if you can vibe with that kind of writing, then it's a very, it can be a very like fulfilling experience. So To Kill a Mockingbird, oh my god, go and read it if you haven't. If you're afraid that it's gonna be one of those old timey books full of passages and passages of descriptions and all that, it's not. It's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's, oh my god, it's so good. Go read it. So that is To Kill a Mockingbird. Next, book that made you happy. Heir of Noveron. Although certain things happened, which, I mean, yeah, it's the final book in the series, so it's gonna make you sad in some ways. But I was also so happy because, things happen. I can't talk about it without spoiling the series, but things happened and it made me so happy. So next is favorite new author. Delilah is Dawson. I like that kind of writing. Like it's minimalist. It's not very purple, or it's not very like, oh my god, the trees were like this and all that. Like it's not like that, but it has this kind of there's this sort of directness and also lushness to the writing, if I may say so. So yeah. Then, newest fictional crush. Usually I skip this question, but this year it has to be Atticus Finch, right? Right? Next is my newest favorite character. Oh my god, this has to be Sunny. Like, I don't want to spoil the book, but it's a character from The Devils, and Sunny is the best. Like, she is the cinnamon roll of a character, like not cinnamon roll of a character, like she is a, you know like she kills people and all that. So not very cinnamon roll, but you get the idea. Like in a bunch of murderers, she is the most cinnamon roll of a character. So yeah. Next is book that made you cry. To Carry a Body to Its Resting Place by C.S. Humble. It is a book about grief. It is a book about losing people close to you, and that is something that is very, like that is a theme that is very close to my heart. Like losing people close to me is a fear that I have a lot, and reading about something like that was very cathartic and very heartbreaking, and yeah, I cried a lot. Next is most beautiful book you have bought this year, and that is this one, Heart Lamp by Banu Mushtaq. Just see the cover, so cute, so beautiful. I like this one. I still haven't read it. So next is, what books do you need to read this year? Dead House Gates, I started it last year and I still haven't finished it. Then I have to read Jade City. Then I have to finish First Law. Like I have to read Last Argument of Kings. I got to like 100 pages of it few years ago, and I got into a slump. Like the same thing that happens with me, like I will be reading something, I'll get into a slump, I'll stop reading that book, and then I won't finish that book like ever. Like same thing happened with Heir of Noveron also, but I finally finished it this year. So yay me. So I need to finish First Law this year and the trilogy. Then there are the standalones. Then there's the what is it called, Age of Madness, I think, the follow-up trilogy. Oh my god, so many books. So I need to finish all these things. So yeah, that's it for today. That was my mid-year book freakout tag, and let me know in the comments what are your favorite books of the year so far, and what else are you planning to read, like in the rest of the year. Like, what are your anticipated reads for the next of the year? Why did it take me so long to come to the point? Anyway, so yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.